Don't be such a lover of money that you miss out on things that money cannot even buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get our money back. You know, if you help someone do something or you help someone pay for something, you could get your money back. But integrity, peace that surpasses all understanding, joy, happiness, joy and peace in the midst of a storm, and someone who has integrity, kindness, gentleness. And I'm saying someone who has integrity in the public eye and behind closed doors, right? Because a lot of people like to seem like they're this whatever person in the public eye, of course. But what do they do behind closed doors? Just like these disturbing stories that come out of people being exposed. I keep seeing this as the year of exposure, 2024, and I believe it. I've seen so much stuff that I could not believe is true and real and happening, and I did not see none of this news coverage in 2022, 2021, 2023. It's like 2024 happened, and then boom, like it was an explosion of like truth. Boom, exposure here. God is tearing down a king here and raising up another king and putting this person in their position and taking this person down, and the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And you know, these news stories where these people are really being exposed for the evil and wickedness that they're doing. For example, this one story of this man exposing himself indecently to children in a store, and then when he gets arrested, they take his phone. He got arrested for child indecency and all that child stuff. When they grab his phone, man, when they find his phone, this is a news story of today. When they take his phone, they find a lot of disturbing images of children in his phone. And they also find videos of him recording his woman doing stuff with a Great Dane dog. Bestiality. It was a whole bestiality and child abuse case. I'm like, talk about perversion. Talk about left field. Talk about wickedness in high places. Talk about we not wrestling with flesh and blood. Ain't no human in a right, sane mind, sober, sane mind that is not under demonic influence is not going to be around here doing stuff with animals and children. That is not normal. That is not... y'all, you already know. I don't got to tell y'all what ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So back to my first point. Oh my God, all of this stuff going on, right? And money going around, people chasing money, chasing the bag. Oh, nobody worrying about God. But then when something bad happened, they blame God, but they wasn't worried about him when they was up. Oh, I don't even expect to talk about this today. I guess that's just the Holy Spirit, you feel me? Because I keep seeing people blame God for stuff that they did. Oh, where's your God when this happens? Oh my God, where's your God when that happens? Oh, why would God allow this to happen? So you want to accept all the good in the world, right? You want to accept all the blessings and you want to enjoy everything that God created. But you don't understand the balance in the atmosphere. You don't understand the balance in the universe that God created. There's good and there's bad. And there's evil and there's righteousness, right? There's evilness, there's purity, there's integrity. We all had free will, right? Since God did not want people to be robots, right? He allowed us free will, which is like the greatest love ever. He wanted us to make a decision for ourselves if we want to be with him forever in eternity or not. He gave us the decision to make. Yeshua already died on the cross and went through excruciating pain, and his flesh was torn. From his head to his body, he's in pain, excruciating pain over and over and over again, right? The biggest sacrifice to mankind that no other person would ever do. They would die from the first lick, the way they was hitting him and tearing his skin apart and all of that. If you've never seen a Passion of the Christ, go try to watch that, find it. It's called Passion of the Christ, I believe. I don't know, it might have came out in 2002, but man, he made the biggest sacrifice ever, right? So with that being said, he gave us free will because he loves us and he wants to give us freedom, right? So with that being said, once you give people freedom, there's some people who use their freedom for evil, right? But you blame that on God. Everybody wants to talk about the universe and what's going on in the universe and worship the universe instead of the creator and this and that. And everyone's always talking about balance, right? You got to accept the good with the bad, right? Even when you're going through things, joy comes in the morning. Trouble don't last always, right? It's just like if you're a parent or not, it would be hypothetical about it if you're not. And you have a bunch of children, right? And they all have freedom. And they choose to do different things that starts to affect the household. People may be looking on the outside in and they're blaming you, but you raised them, right? You know what I'm saying? You gave them guidance. Now it's up to them to make the decisions. It's just like someone raising their children to the best of their ability. And I'm not comparing God to a human parent, but I'm just trying to give you another perspective. And the child goes awry or has a demonic attack on their life and they end up in jail or on drugs or something, right? Are you going to blame the human parent for that? Like, oh, look at you. You raised your kid to be on drugs. Like, no, stuff just happens. People are evil. People make decisions. And then God is there to pick us up again, right? God is there to put the pieces back together. We break stuff and he picks up the glass and cleans the room and makes sure we don't walk on glass. He makes sure all the little pieces and shards of glass is up so we don't hurt ourselves any further. But you know that he gives us warning before destruction, right? So you know that a lot of stuff that has happened that has been bad or whatever, there was warnings. Oh yes, God is just. He gives warning before destruction comes, whether we listen to it or not. God give you a warning before destruction comes and you don't listen, that's on you. Don't blame him. Oh God, why would God do this to me? Why would you do it to yourself? Stop blaming God for stuff that you caused. And then he's so kind and loving enough to come and fix it and put you back together and help you heal and make you whole again. How many of us God had to make us heal and whole over and over again because of stuff we got ourselves into, right? Be real with yourself. That's how you get closer to God. Be real. Talk just like this. You don't got to call out 15 names. You know, in the holiness churches and the Baptist churches, they call out 10 different names that he has. He's a man of many names. But you don't have to call all of, I mean, if that's what you want to do, but talk to God like you would talk to a counselor or a friend with your real voice, real tone of voice, the same way you talk every day. Yes. And yes. Some people use profanity, but they have a real relationship with God. Religious people look at stuff so side-eye. Like, man, they don't even understand who really be having a relationship. Man, when people are taken up, people are going to be surprised who's being taken up. One's going to be taken up, one's going to be still there. Another one's going to be taken up, and it's going to be like an opposite effect. The people who thought they was getting in, the people who didn't think they was getting in because they think they did so much bad stuff, but they really want to be forgiven and they want to live right, but and they just have a heart for God. And you don't know. You can't look at somebody and tell how strong their relationship with God is. God can use a homeless man. You know, God used a donkey before. God is God, right? So many people want to take his place. So many people want to talk about the decisions he makes and what he allows and complain because you want to be God, but you can't. You'll never be God. Never. As far as this video being like almost 10 minutes or whatever, until I'm able to go live on TikTok, I'm going to be going live on YouTube. So you could catch me live on YouTube at RAMUA. Got to put an at in the search bar and ARRI, capital MUA, for way more content than this. You'll find a lot of good stuff that's going to help you and your friends, and tell a friend to tell a friend, you know, send your friends some videos, enlighten them, you know. Speaking of enlightenment, enlighten me in the comments and other people who's going to be passing by this video, and share your thoughts and comments. Share any testimonies, any miracles, because we are overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And I'll see y'all. God bless you.